Hi from a no makeup me, but freshly showered and everything is fine and nice. Today I'm here to make carrot cake as our next fall dessert. I've done it before a couple of times. Actually, I've made the first carrot cake a long time ago. I want to say it was the first year after COVID because I got majorly into baking at that time, so it must have been during that time. So without further ado, let's start. I'm not here to, teach anything. I'm just baking and I'm filming myself and you guys are watching me, okay? So I've done a couple of prepping before I start recording because that gave me anxiety. And by the way, I haven't edited or uploaded any of the baking videos I've made before. I've prepped my mold. I think we call it a bundt mold, or I don't know. The result would be a bundt cake. I've just learned it. I've seen a video of another cake made in a mold like this, but I'm not sure. I buttered it up. I sifted some flour on top until it's fully covered on every edge, and because it has some curves in it, I made sure that flour and butter are covering all the parts. I've sifted my flour 2 times. I usually sift my flour 3 times. I've left the last time of sifting for when I'm going to sift it in the wet ingredients. I grated my carrots. Of course, you've seen it here down the picture. The only thing that I have to do now is to preheat my oven. I just have the ingredients on this piece of paper. This is the only thing I have about this cake, and this is pretty old, and I don't have any recipe here, just the ingredients. I just do it based on my background info and the other cakes that I've done and the things that I think that are true. I was talking about that because I was going to tell you guys that I don't know the exact temperature for the oven, but 175 shall do because it's a great temperature for all sorts of cakes. Of course, for the oven we have here, and we are going to preheat it. I forgot to tell you something. I want to also cook a potato soup for the first time. And I'm kind of excited for that and scared at the same time. To start, we have to grab 3 eggs, crack them in our bowl.
Like sugar on my tongue.
Bit of eggshell. Now we add our sugar, which is supposed to be 220 grams or 1 cup, but I use 170 grams because I don't want it to be too sweet and I want it to be a bit healthy. I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. It's not gonna be that fluffy if you reduce the amount of sugar. And vanilla, because eggs might stink, and vanilla in this stage can prevent that. Half a teaspoon of vanilla powder. I have vanilla powder. This will do. We usually add a bit more. I don't know. We have to give it a mix for like 5 minutes. That would be enough. That shall do. Until it's like cream colored and has a certain consistency, like kind of stretchy. Everything is mixed properly and it has fluffed a bit, I think. So see ya in about 5 minutes. I wasn't sure about adding oil before mixing the eggs and sugar together and mixing them all together or after that. So I've mixed them for about 2 minutes together, the egg, sugar, vanilla. And now I'm going to add the oil. We are going to need about 125 grams of oil. That will be half a cup, I assume. Now is the time to give them another mix for another 3 minutes. I think will do. There's a strong gut feeling telling me that I shouldn't have added oil to the mixture. I was kind of sure about it before I added it, but there was also a feeling like it would add more fluff. It looked softer after adding the oil. The color changed. Well, it already changed before I added the oil, but I feel like it doesn't have the fluff I need. It might be because of the sugar though, because I didn't use the exact amount that was asked, but whatever. I'm gonna add my flour. We have also 50 grams of water. As usual, we don't add our flour at once. We add it, then we grab our spatula and start folding it. Folding is for dough, so I don't know. Start mixing it in only one direction. I added 1 teaspoon of baking powder to it and then sifted it 2 times. I kind of added half of the flour. It looks a bit sticky, so it's better for me to add my water. Sift half of the flour that is remained. Mix it, not rushing it like I did just a few seconds ago. So, how's been fall? How's been your autumn? Mine has started chaotic and badly. I think it's settling finally. It feels like the fall I've always liked. And when you feel like they're well mixed and look like this, the lighting is so bad. You can add the great ingredients that we need actually for our carrot cake. So far this was a normal cake. We need 50 grams of walnuts. We didn't have that much, so this may be just like 10-20 grams of crushed walnuts, 2 big carrots grated, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, 2 teaspoons. Done. Give it another mix. It doesn't look like a cake batter in the end. It would look like the mixture you make before making an omelet. Might look scary. It is looking scary. I haven't cooked it in a while, so I don't remember how it should look like. It wasn't that runny. I do remember that, but I'm not sure. I added everything: eggs, water, oil, flour, baking powder, vanilla, sugar, carrot, walnut, cinnamon. That seems right. This is how it looks like. It's kind of turned into this brownish mix. The last time I baked a carrot cake was 2 years ago. I love what this silicone spatulas do. They clean the whole thing up like it was never in the bowl. A spoon would never.
Boom, roasted.
But you might need a spoon to clean the batter off the spatula. Unless you have another silicone spatula, but then you have to clean the other one too, so
If only there were a smaller one to clean this one.
We are done. We can do a bit of debubbling, which is basically this, hitting your mold on a surface so the bubbles that are formed inside it as a result of mixing and everything are gone. It's better to do it on a softer surface, so let me for a second. It's kind of debubbled. I hope everything is mixed properly because I didn't give it a good mix. I can't do this, but I can do this. This is how it looks like. And we would place it in the oven for I don't know how long. You can test it with a toothpick. I'm gonna say bye to this batter. You're gonna be cooked, but I'm sure you're gonna be delicious. Please be delicious. Hi and welcome back to the inside of my kitchen, or our kitchen at home. So I'm here, the carrot cake is baking, and I'm about to start to make my potato soup, the new recipe. All I have to do now is to cut onions, not too large, not too small, medium-sized, if you will, onions. It doesn't matter, how you cut them, because they're gonna be mixed in a blender, or yeah, they're gonna be blended. This one shall do. Not too much because we are going to add milk and cream, so it's cooked while we are peeling our potatoes, which we need a lot of them. The potatoes are peeled. It was so time consuming, and in case you're wondering, the cake has rised so much, like the size has doubled, kind of, and it's been 20 to 23 minutes, and I'm chopping my potatoes now. But the size should be not too small, like this will do, or a bit even bigger, because I think it would be so watery if you, I don't know, I'm just saying it. We don't have any garlic here. I think we don't have any garlic at all. I'm gonna add some butter. I have to look for garlic. Maybe I find some. Let me just look for a bit and I come back.